Welcome back to the second part of our YoloBox YoloLiv series. I've got the brand new YoloBox here. We just unboxed it. First impressions, I really like it. The build quality looks great. Let's get this thing turned on so we can go through the menu system and see how it works. Reminder, it looks like it did come with a USB to USB-C cable that we can use to charge it and power it up. And there is a built-in battery with it. So I've heard that battery can last somewhere in the range of 2 to 3 hours. So I'm gonna plug this guy in. And then our power button is on the bottom, so I'm gonna turn that on. So you can see that there. Let's get an idea of what our startup time looks like. Do, 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 do. So it looks like maybe we're just plugged in to charge the battery here. Maybe I had to press and hold that further to get that turned on. So let's see what we got here. Now, I realize I could probably go ahead and read the instructions here, but it's certainly important to me. That stuff tends to just kind of work out of the box, and it's really obvious how it should operate. So we're going to find out today what that is, but let's see what we got here. So we have this kind of startup screen, and there we go. So I'm going to select English and our time zone. And now I need to go ahead and type in my email address. So I'm going to do that real fast. The keyboard's pretty responsive for what it is. And it's nice when you've got big letters on screen. I don't feel like my thumbs are struggling to type anything in here. And that's going to be important for having a unit that is an all-in-one. So it's letting me know that I can't sign in using my email address and I need to check the network connection. So let's go ahead and figure out what we can do there. Okay, so I just tapped in the corner on the little icon for this guy and it's bringing up all the settings. So I'm going to make sure that we connect to our Wi-Fi network first. I'm going to say let's use Wi-Fi. I will add a network. Just typing in the password. And it found our Wi-Fi network pretty quickly, typed in my password, and it says connected. So we are good to go. So now that I'm connected, let's go ahead and go back to trying to log in here. So I'm entering in my email address. And now it says that there was a verification code. So I need to check my email real fast. So that came through pretty quick. There's a link to register. It's got a 4-digit code, so I'm just going to type in that code to verify. And then I can set a password for my unit. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So now that I've set a password, it's asking me to log in with my email address and password. My hope is that I probably won't have to do this a whole lot more in the future and that it would just stay logged in, but we'll have to see that once we've been using it for a little bit, and then we'll know more as to whether or not that's the case. So I am logged in, and the first thing is it's letting me know that there's an app update. So a new version of YoloBox's software is available now. What's new in version 3.4.0? Split view and side-by-side view are now supported. You can now set the aspect ratio for the subscreen of picture-in-picture. There will be a dissolve effect when overlay appears. Just in case you missed our last updates, you can now set transition effects when switching video sources, and there's a PDF from the local SD card can be added as an extra video source. You can now add comment overlay to the stream to interact with audiences. Premium desktop features for free on YoloBox. So I'm going to hit OK. And the app update is starting. So we're going to fast forward through this super boring part with a time lapse, maybe, where you can see what's happening here. And we'll be back once this updates. And we're back. It looks like the update was actually surprisingly quick. I was kind of waiting, hoping that it wouldn't be that long, and pleasantly surprised that there wasn't just a bar running across the screen for the last hour. So it is asking me to log in again, so I'll do that really quickly. and it looks like after an update, maybe we will have to be logging in again. But again, like I said earlier, my hope is that we won't have to be logging in each and every single time. I do have a verification code that also got sent to my email again, so I'm going to check real quick for that. And I'll put that code in. Okay, so it's asking me for my password again to actually set it. So this is kind of an odd thing that I wasn't expecting, but you know what? Maybe because I had to update this thing first, Okay, so now it's telling me that I can log in because that account was already in existence. So I'm just going to log in using the password that we just made a moment ago. Da-da-da-da. We're in. So this is the YoloBox, and let's go ahead and see if we can zoom in. We'll try to get a better close-up shot of this so you can see from here. So this is what we see once we are logged into the YoloBox. So I'm going to start from this side and work my way across. So this is just letting me know all of my connectors here. So first we have the USB Type-C charging, audio input, our network Ethernet port, HDMI output, USB input, and HDMI input 2 and 1, since we're going down the line backwards here. And then it's letting us know on the bottom we've got our power switch on this side with the SD card. There is a hot shoe slot right there, and then also our SIM card and our audio outputs. So let's kind of make our way around the screen and see what we can do. It says click on the screen to exit, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And the first thing it wants me to do is log into one of our accounts so that we can stream. So I'm going to fast forward here. We're going to go ahead and log into Facebook and make sure that we've got at least one of these that we can maybe do a test stream to. So hang tight and we'll be right back once we're logged in. So we're back and I'm logged in. You might notice that the exposure changed just a tiny bit here on the shot. It's just so we can make sure that you guys can see the screen a little bit easier. I've gone ahead and logged into my Facebook account, so we're just going to hit OK to confirm that this is the account that I want to use. And we're giving it access to use YoloLiv. Facebook success.
Great success. Now I show you outside from my houses. 继续.
My name Borat. Okay, so I've got logged into Facebook here. Our account is in, and I'm just going to go back to our home screen where the first thing that we see is click the plus sign to create a live stream. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the plus sign right there, and we're going to start a live stream. I'll just give it a title of test, and then we'll get this set up. So I'm going to just type in with our little handy dandy keyboard. Test. I'm not going to give it a description, but it does give you the option to add in a description as well as you can schedule a date and time, and then we're just going to hit create. Okay, so now you can see our live stream is in there. Let's go ahead and figure out what we do from here. So I've now entered the live stream, and this is a pretty cool menu setup. So on one side here, right here, we've got our live streaming control area. Down here, we have our video source area, and then it looks like we can control our platforms over here. And then it's also giving us an option to skip, so I think this is just kind of a getting started thing that shows you where to go. Now, as you'll see, we have no inputs going in right here, so I'm going to give us 2 inputs. I've got some laptops off to the side with some HDMI cables plugged in that we can just pull over here real quick. And since we don't have any virtual people on right now, we're just going to show you some screenshots of people's smiling faces. So I'm going to put this one into HDMI input 1, and then our second cable will get into HDMI input 2. And so you can see pretty quickly the computer recognizes that it's plugged in, and the YoloBox is recognizing that we now have 2 inputs right on screen. Sorry, it's backwards. We're on this side. 2 inputs on screen, so we can see HDMI input 1 and input number 2 right over here. And then I'm guessing we could potentially add another video source if we were using our USB input on top. One thing I have confirmed and seen people do is they plug in a USB capture device, and then you could have a third HDMI camera plugged into this switcher unit. So let's go ahead and enable Facebook and figure out what we can do here. So I'm going to turn this around for just a brief second. I'm enabling it on Facebook, and I'm going to choose to post this to a page that I manage because I have a live streaming demo page. So let me show you all what's happening here. So right on this side, you can see here, we can choose to post publicly to my personal timeline, the page that I manage, or any of the groups that I manage. So we have kind of a dummy page that we use for testing purposes over here. So I'm going to just reach over and check this off if possible. It's tough when you're looking directly at a TV monitor. There we go. So I'm going to check off the one that I want to go live to, and then we'll select done in the top corner over here. So I'll give it a second to process, and it looks like it's ready to go. And now you can see that we actually have a go live button that's shown up on our control screen right over here. So I'm going to do this just as a test run and see what happens, and let's check it out. So it's saying, do we want to confirm that we're ready to start a live stream? And I'll hit OK. Connecting. Let's see how long it takes. We're going over Wi-Fi here, and we're live. Okay, so, maybe 5 seconds or so to go live onto our page. And now let's say I want to switch between these two camera angles. I think it's just as simple as pressing to switch between the two. So let's try it, see what happens. So camera switching is as simple as that, just switching between your two inputs. It's just a simple touch. I believe when we're done on the live stream over here, we could simply go ahead and swipe across on that connection right there and just tell it that we're done with our live stream. Or I think we probably hit this stop button first, and then we can disable it from being connected to the Facebook page. There's more settings and stuff that I want to go through here, but we're going to save that for our next video in this series. So make sure that you come back in just a little bit here. If you like this video and you want to see more videos about the YoloLiv box, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.